Bob. Go ahead. You can go upstairs, buddy. Go ahead. Oh, hey, Bobby. Good morning. Still the stupid cough. I'm doing well. I got new markers, and I'm obsessed. That's about the highlight right now. How are you? Hey, Gothic. Hey, Andy. Hi. Gothic, 5 miles on a bike. That's awesome, though. I'm so happy for you. I love physical exercise. I've talked about it a lot. That's awesome. I mean, I'm sorry you don't have any food. They don't have anything? Can you get like an apple or something? Oh, Bobby, that's good. Any particular reason you're doing really well? Or just really well? You guys, I'm so happy. It turns out the markers were the problem. Because now that I got my new markers, I'm obsessed, and I don't have any of those same mistakes I was having earlier, like the streaking. So that is very exciting. I'm very happy. I'm doing a skeleton in a bathtub. I'll show you guys some of the pictures in a little bit. You'll be shocked the difference between the other markers and this marker. I have a lot more markers now, so it's a little harder to find the color, but oh good. Just in general happy is actually even better. Like, oh, that's really good to hear. Truly. That's awesome. The only thing is that there's so many, it's hard to find them. Andy, I went back and started at the beginning of UAP GERB and listened or watched to probably like 4 or 5 videos. So I'm finally like having some time in between these sessions is letting me get some more content in. I also watched Jesse Michaels, not his video, but he has the interview subject on something I'd never watched before, Modern something. I don't know. I think it's a big podcast, YouTube, but I've never seen it. But just listening to Jesse be interviewed by someone else, as opposed to him asking the questions and letting them speak, like that man is so intelligent. It is wild. Wild, wild, wild. I feel like there's a lot going on in Congress with the UAP stuff right now. Not that we always have to talk about that, but seeing Andy makes me think of that. Did I not just have the other one? Also, the caps look nothing like the color, so it's really hard, like, to find. What am I looking for? Page two. There it is. Oh, well, hello again, Master. How are you, friend? How's everyone's week been? Andy, or whoever told us about UAP Group, I don't even remember who originally told us about him, or if they're still here, but I'm really liking him, Andy. Like, I'm liking him a lot. I like his style. I like his research. Like, I'm really digging him. I'm so grateful that someone told us about him. This is so satisfying. Oh no, I'm almost done. Mastery, telepathy. No, I do not think it's strong intuition or wizardry. I think it's probably way more natural than we think it is. Honest to God, I think it's completely natural, if anything. Is that not crazy to say? I would not have said that a year ago, I don't think. But now, I really do believe telepathy is not wizardry. I don't believe it's really strong intuition. I believe it's telepathy. And I believe that some people experience it. And that it's completely natural for them. That it might have been natural for all of us a long time ago, but we just lost the capabilities. I don't know. These are just me theorizing, but I kind of wonder. What do you think, Master? Have you watched my long form stuff? Is that why you're bringing this up, or are you just bringing this up? Okay, it's a skeleton in a bathtub. 726, okay. No, is that what I want? So, you think that from psychedelic use, you pick up other people's emotions more? So I think, I don't know, but I think psychedelics can impact some people's, how do I want to say it, ability to tune into different things. But I do not think it is the only way, and I think there are people out there that can do all of this or have these experiences without psychedelics, without psychedelic use ever, even. I also believe, I've always felt like I pick up on others' emotions a lot. I've always been pretty empathic. On a natural sense, but I do wonder if psychedelics, if used intentionally for that, could make a difference. I know you're talking about abuse and using them for a long time and it just being a byproduct, but I'm wondering if there is some sort of intentional application that could be used. The whole thing is fascinating. I'm fascinated by psychedelics, but I'm also fascinated by telepathy and ESP and intuition. Love intuition. Love it. And it's hard to not think there's an underlying thread connecting it all, you know? Yeah, exactly, Buster. That's why I'm saying that, like, you know, psychedelics for some people, sure, but, like, most of the people are not using psychedelics and experiencing this, you know? Who knows? Maybe you were reading what the crow was saying to you. It just feels weird in waking life because we don't get it all the time. I mean, probably not, but at this point, fucking anything is possible. I need to make a decision. I need to make a decision on what color. What do you think, Plaster, after watching, I don't know which video you saw, but whatever you saw, what do you think so far? Have you listened to the podcast at all? I mean, today we can absolutely talk about the telepathy tapes. I'm not caught up on the talk tracks. I know they're filming the documentary right now. Where is this marker? I gotta figure out an organization. HB, hi friend, good morning. Cannot believe you met my cousin, HB. No one knows this. I haven't told anybody yet. HB met my cousin at the library. So now we know each other's real. Oh, HB, Andy, everybody. Do you remember? I don't know if it was on Monday or if it was last week, but when I was coloring one day, we were talking about colors and it was when I was doing the wizard and we were talking about the lime green color, and I said one of my cousin's favorite colors was lime green the whole time we were growing up, and I don't know if it still is, but whenever I see that color, I think of her. HB, that is the cousin that you met. I have a million cousins. The one that you met, I thought lived in a different state. I did not think that she was where you were at. I swear on everything, I thought she lived in another state. And then I brought her up last week or Monday and was like, oh yeah, my cousin, but I didn't say her name because her name is kind of unique and I didn't want to give too much information out. HB knows her name. I did not say that woman's name. I thought she lived in a different state. I have not thought about that woman in a long time. I have not seen her in years. And then yesterday or Monday, HB met her randomly at the library. And I just feel like that's kind of crazy, right? Isn't that, like, it was serendipitous, as HB explained to me, for him to even go to the library. And then he went and he met my cousin, who I had just been talking about to you guys 2 days earlier. And I'm still a little, like, mind blown. Okay. Girl Dad. Oh, thank you. First off, yes, thanks. Please like. Also, what a great name. I love a good girl dad. Love a good girl dad. My dad's a girl dad. Blaster, okay, sometimes you meet people that you know, that know how to take care of your feelings and it's effortless for them to validate your feelings, or they always have this charm to their personality, emotional intelligence. I seem to be emotionally intelligent. Thanks, Blaster. I really appreciate that. I hope that doesn't seem manipulative to you. The description you have of like effortless for someone to validate your feelings or always have charm can be deceptive feeling sometimes. Like it can feel, sometimes when I think of that kind of charm, I feel like people are shining it on and it's not authentic. And I hope that that's not what you're gathering or feeling, because that's not the intention at all. Also, hi Paul, good morning. I'm so glad you're here. Is that not crazy about my cousin HB? But yeah, Blaster, I really appreciate the emotional intelligence comment. That does not answer what you think about the movie, or about the documentary and about the concept. Have you listened to anything else or anyone else talk about the podcast? Or am I your first foray into that? How are you doing, Paul? Oh, I was looking for a marker and I got sidetracked because I wanted to tell you guys about my HB meeting my cousin. My mind is still blown. Oh my gosh. There it is. Like, okay, these colors, man. I love these markers. The colors could not be more different from the caps of the marker. For instance, let me show this to you. Well, kind of, HB. Blaster had watched one of my videos and brought up telepathy, and I was like, we can talk about telepathy today. And telepathy talks, talk, you know, the telepathy tapes and all that. Okay, I need to show you something. This is the color I'm going for. This dark green. This is that marker. Does it? See the difference? Can you tell? Like, it looks like this color, but that's not it. It's this one. The fuck? They're all like that. All of them. None of them look like this. So you have to swatch everything. Andy, that's a great question. And HB is going to have to answer that. I have a feeling HB just likes to talk about this. Maybe he was watching when he was in the library. I don't know. But HB, how did you find out that she was my cousin? Actually, did you even know she was my cousin? Because he emailed me and just said she knows me. I don't think she told you she was my cousin. I think she just said that she knows me. But how did you find out she was my cousin? How did that come up? Do you just tell everybody about this? Yeah, but so you didn't know she was my cousin. How did you find out she knew me? I guess that's the better question. How did you find out that she knew me? Interesting, Blaster. I mean, thankfully the people I'm talking about are not witchy hobo tramp people, whatever those may be exactly. I'm talking more about autistic kids, which seem to be much more trustworthy, in my opinion. I highly recommend the podcast. I know I probably said it in the video till I was blue in the face. I don't know which video of mine you saw, but the podcast is mind-blowing. And there's other articles with everybody from Joe Rogan to Jesse Michaels to any other podcaster that might be interested in those kinds of topics, talking to the main players from that podcast that are really in-depth and scientific, that are really interesting. Paul, that sounds... California's beautiful, though. Okay, so you did just show her my podcast. Yeah, we looked a lot alike when we were kids. So you just showed it to her out of the blue. Interesting. See, HB is just friendly, and he just tells people about this. This has happened before, where he was at a restaurant and was telling people, and I didn't know any of them, thankfully, but wild that you met my cousin. Also kind of wild that she didn't tell you that she was my cousin. We're first cousins. Like, her mom and my dad are brother and sister. Blaster, this podcast that I'm talking about, the telepathy tapes, I don't know, again, I don't know what video you saw or what I said in it, but it changed my life, and it is the entire reason I ended up getting on YouTube. Like, I had a channel that was just sitting dormant that I had done maybe 5 videos on about, like, beauty stuff, nothing important. And I kind of just ignored it, and I wasn't worried about being a YouTube content creator in any capacity. And then I heard this podcast, and I was so mind blown that I was like, I have to try and help. Like, my stepsister's autistic. I have a nonverbal adult autistic cousin through marriage, so not on the cousin side that you met, HB. And it impacted me so much, all the things that I learned from that podcast and the ways in which it just broke my heart thinking about all of the people that are misunderstood, mistreated, all of the things. And like, I had to do it. I had to start YouTube. So clearly I'm very passionate about it. Okay, so she said she knew me and she said my name. So you just said, oh, I'm watching this podcast or whatever. And she was like, is that Sundown? Is that kind of what happened? Because you're right. I have not told anyone in my family I'm doing this. And I texted her and she didn't respond. I think she's got a different number. I'm going to have to text her mom. Yeah, I agree, Blaster. I agree that I think some people just have a different experience than others. I think we all probably have a different experience than others. Like, I feel like it might be a range. Sensitivity, emotional intelligence, the clairs in terms of claircognizance, clairsentience, all of those. I feel like they're maybe a spectrum or a range. And I do wonder, as I've talked about before, if meditation can impact it. In terms of, not to change that subject because I do want to talk about this endlessly, but I have been kind of thinking about what I want to talk about next in a deeper level, in a more, like the last video I did was more, there was some science and research in it, but it was mostly emotion and advice, I guess, and even if it was self-advice. But I think I want to go into the Gregorian calendar and look at that. I saw a video yesterday from a girl who was doing all of these calculations and basically was like, listen, if we hadn't adopted the Gregorian calendar and gone to 12 months, but instead followed the moon cycles of 13 months and 28 days and all of that kind of stuff, that it would be the year 2033 if we had followed the Gregorian calendar. Something crazy like that. And that 2020, for the rest of us, would have been 2012 in Ethiopia. And then you had the whole Mayan calendar, and everyone agreed, now it seems like, oh, the world wasn't ending in 2012, but it was entering a new shift. But like, was it 2012 or was it 2020 because of the Gregorian calendar? But it was all the same time. Does that make any sense? This is why my mind is blown. Mind is blown, completely blown. I saw that, HB. I saw that. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I think that I want to talk about the Gregorian calendar next. I feel like it's going to be a more research-heavy, like, deep dive. I'm really struggling with knowing how surface level to go, because I don't want to do like a 3-hour video, but I feel like these topics are complicated. And I'm like, how do you do it in like 30 minutes? Like, how do I encompass all of that? Like, there's endless amounts of research that you could do. Like, I want to learn about the months and like the arguments that the men had and why certain months are 31 days and certain months are 28 days and leap year and all of that. And I don't know, this girl kind of broke my brain yesterday when I was listening to her. And I'm not saying that I believe any of it, but I think that it's really interesting to look at. I mean, we know the Gregorian calendar is real, right? We know that that happened. So, I mean, why not have more truth to it? Exactly, but the question, HB, is was 2012 when we all experienced it, or was 2012 2020, and that was based off of the calendar pre-Gregorian calendar? That's the question, right? Do you see what I'm asking there? I don't know, but I think it's interesting. I cannot wait to show you guys the difference between these markers and like another page. Chef's kiss. So good. Yeah, but was 2012 2012 or was 2012 2020? Does that make sense? It's just crazy to think about. Because she was like, look, pre-Gregorian calendar, when everything was based off of nature and the moon cycles, that, you know, the moon cycles every 28 days, same as a woman's cycle, if she's regular. And that means 13 moons a year, or 13 cycles a year. Moon also controls the tides as well as our cycles. And based on this math, which I'm not going to do here, but if I do a deep dive, I will. But based on this math, it was like the year should be 364 days, not 365 point something, and sometimes 366 because of leap year. Like, that was created to counteract our mistakes and changes into the calendar. Like, we had to incorporate a leap year to bring us back to, what's the word I'm looking for? Homeostasis, maybe. But if you did it, it was something like, if you did 13 months, if you did every 28 days, it would come to 13 months, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 364, forever and ever, without having to do leap years, without having to do everything. Every month would be 28 days long, the same cycle as the moon. And like, when she did all of that math and then went backwards, was like, if we had stuck to that calendar instead of adopting the Gregorian calendar, it would be the year 2033 right now. Which means 2020 would have been 2012. I have no idea. 365 was in the book of Enoch. Really, Paul? I've never heard that. Also, I don't know anything about the Hebrew calendar, but I know that in Ethiopia, it's like 2017 right now or something. Like, they're in a different, yeah, I think it's 2017 in Ethiopia. Like, if they look at that calendar, that's why I want to research this, because there's so much I don't know or understand right now. Like, I don't know anything about the Hebrew calendar, so I want to, like, go learn about this stuff. So I'm thinking that that might be my next topic. Thoughts on that? People find that interesting? Like, I heard that, like, the amount, and again, I need to research, but I heard that, like, the amount of days we have in each month was literally just, like, a battle of men being like, no, I get more days than that guy, so, like, February is now 28 days. Like, that kind of thing. But that it was just based on men. I don't know. I'm just so fascinated. What? Oh, so the 2012 date was converted into the Gregorian calendar. So, according to that, it would have been 2012 because it was converted. What do you mean in Hebrew it's 5785? What do you mean? What do you mean? That can't be right. What? That is the Hebrew year? Really? That mind boggles me. I definitely want to look into these calendars. And like, how many other groups of people have different calendars? I just knew about Ethiopia. They started counting before us, yeah. That makes sense. Interesting, Paul. I know nothing about that world. Nothing. I couldn't have told you any of that. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna find another green. We have G205, so let's do. Okay, here's one. Yeah, the green was the right color. Yeah, there's my mind's blown. There's so much to look at. Green was the right color. I'm excited. We're going with the green bathroom. Ooh. Last, are you off work, I take it? Is this your end? Do you work nights? Is that right? So excited to show you guys the difference. I actually really like these pictures now. I'm so glad to know it was the marker and not me. You were thinking of telling me that you're a millionaire by family money. He's the most interesting man in the world. You? I mean, is this true, or are you just telling me to make yourself more interesting? I don't know that being a millionaire by family money would necessarily make you more interesting. You could be a man of mystery, though. Have you worked nights for a long time? I worked nights for a while, and man, I can't do it. It's really rough on me. I told you guys this story, I think, some of you, of when I was working nights and I would sleepwalk, and I took a bath one day, and Hannah thankfully found me and got me out of the bath to make sure I didn't drown myself. Really, a Masonic Jewish service that tied the Torah to the Bible. Very contextually interesting. I can only imagine. I don't know enough about either of those for it to strike me in the same way. But I love the concept that, like, most religions are interconnected and telling the same story in a different way or with a different interpretation. So it'd be interesting to see them combine the two books and like where those overlaps are. Pain of your existence, everyone's on something as they slave away. Supervisor sniffs crazy. What do you, oh. You mean working nights is your pain of existence? Yeah. Everyone's on something because they work nights. Yeah, my brother works nights, and I'm very concerned about his energy drink consumption. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it. I tell him till I'm blue in the face to stop doing it. But I also don't work nights, and it's not my life, but like, it is not easy, man. I'm sorry. Have you been doing it for a long time? Is this your future? Do you have plans to try and escape working nights? It's okay if not. I get it. I'm just curious as to like, if there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The only thing about these markers is they're so good that they bleed a little, and I have to really watch it. They really are so bad for the body, like so bad. I hate it so much. I wish that productivity wasn't such a thing that people have to work nights. Like I understand, obviously, you have some people that need to work nights because we need services overnight, right? Hospitals and police station, firefighter. Like I get it, but you know, things like my brother, who's a machinist, like. The only reason that the night shift exists is because they've demanded so much productivity that the cog has to be running 24/7, so they hire people to work overnight. But if we could just slow the fuck down and let people work normal shifts, then, you know, I mean, I would love that. I'm not saying I'm not the solution based. I know it's easier said than done, but I hate it for you and for my brother. Just wish it wasn't the case. Hi, Nights. Yeah, sleep deprivation will fuck you up. Working greenhouses. Oh, I get the lack of supervision. I understand that for sure. This is why I don't do well with a boss. This is why I need to work for myself. I don't do well with supervision. Yeah, I feel like my brother's got like a bad habit with the energy drinks. Yeah, HB, when I think of sleep deprivation, I think of all my friends who are parents, like 1,000%. I feel like this goes a lot faster now with the new markers also. It really is, HB. Oh, I know he can stop if he wants. He just doesn't want to. No desire. He is happy with his situation. I mean, he doesn't want to work nights, but he's happy with his consumption of energy drinks. Tells me to shoe fly when I start annoying him about it. Got blues and greens going on. I need to incorporate a new color. Modern day of living. Man, I don't know if it's better now or back then. I really don't anymore. I will say I appreciate not being on social media except for YouTube. I know people argue over whether or not YouTube even counts, but ooh, is that the weird color we go? Ooh, I figured it out. All right, hold on. That's gonna be pretty. Did you hear that? There's a kid playing video games. Are you in the sun? Oh, that's nice, HB. 614. I just wish people didn't have to do it, period. Like if the thing wasn't necessary and everyone could be off work at the right times. All right, we're going big. I'm painting the walls purple. At the corner of my YouTube, because I'm watching myself, I've got a Christina Gomez popping up about a new whistleblower dropping shocking UFO statements from 19 years ago. Or 19 years ago? 19 hours ago? Has anyone watched that yet? What is she talking about? Starting with like the UAP GERB videos at the end, I am not helping myself in terms of catching up on like current news, but I'm excited to go back and listen to more of him. I really, really do like his videos. I like his style of, he gets on, not always, but oftentimes he gets on the camera first and kind of talks about what he's going to talk about. And then the rest of the time it's B-roll and he's not on screen. And I kind of love that. I would like to make myself less focused on my scripted videos and just have like my face mostly showing in these lives and then have more B-roll in the other videos, I think. I know people like people, which is why I think I'd still do kind of like GERB does and open up by like talking to the camera so people realize they're dealing with a real person. But then switching to B-roll and just a little less camera time. I hear you, Knights. I really do. I really do. Hi, Julia. HB, talk to me about your discernment. What do you mean it's killing you? What do you mean? What do you mean? How do you guys feel about long-form videos that are more faceless? Like, I turn off a video the second I hear the AI voice. Like, the second I'm, like, AI voice and no human face, like, it's just, like, B-roll and clips, I'm out. I need to know that it's a human behind the video. But So like I really do like seeing the human for a second to know for sure. Um, but in general, do you guys have any feelings one way or the other? It's tricky because as a woman, I feel like everyone's like, no, put your face on. But like, I don't know if I want to. I almost, yeah, I don't know. Also, I know this isn't for me, but I really appreciate Christina Gomez's kind of news anchor voice. Her inflection and tone and the way she does it is very like authoritative. It makes it feel very much like she knows what she's talking about. But I don't think that that's something I'll adopt. More of an observation. Okay, so it's no longer Dr. Powell, it's Dr. Hennessy. Good to know. Brand myself, girl, shake your moneymaker and all that jazz. The few times you've watched AI videos, it just seems so hollow. Like, I'm professional, absolutely. Paul, I like people who just hop on their live streams from their cell phone on walks or in public guerrilla style. I instant skip if there's no person or a disinteresting person. Good to know you don't think I'm terribly disinteresting. But Paul, that's on live. What about non-live? I know, HB, that's so exciting. I love that she's asking your thoughts and opinions. I really, really do. That's awesome. I love that she does that. Blaster, the only thing is, like you say, like, you know, brand yourself, shake your moneymaker, and all that jazz. I know you're not being literal, but the problem is that I don't want. I want this to work, right? I want this channel to grow. I want to be able to make an income off of it someday. Nowhere near that, but someday. But with that often comes like that notoriety of, you know, potentially people recognizing you or like just being uncomfortable. I don't know. There's part of me that's like, I'm a little fearful about being so public facing. Yet at the same time, I understand the value. So I don't know. Alright, this is a large swath, so I'm gonna have my head down for a second. Where one goes, the other must go. Is that your cousin, Bubby? Exactly, Andy. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I like Gerb's style of up front, you immediately realize you're talking to a person, but then he's not just like his face the whole time. And because of that, I feel like, I mean, obviously once I see more and more videos, we'll see if he's evolved and, you know, you see more of him. But as of right now, if you walk down the street, I wouldn't recognize him. If you said his name, I'd be like, oh my God, you're UAP Gerb. Or if I heard his voice, maybe I'd recognize it. But I wouldn't recognize his face. And I would really like that for myself, I think. I don't know if that's possible, but I like it conceptually. figured out the trick to avoiding streaks. When going around like large objects like this, you can't let the ink dry, and that's how you get the streaks. So I go back and forth in like the sections I'm working at until I get around whatever the object is. Like trying to work quickly to avoid the ink drying and getting those streaks. And it seems to be working. I'm almost done with this wall. A little streaky here. Hey, bud. Okay, did it. Well, Paul. Oh, hey, Trey. One more day till your big game. Paul, I like to think that hard skills, I would prefer to lean on my hard skills than my personality. Personally. I like my personality, but I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I've said a million times, especially on live, that I'm not on here for me. Like, I don't want myself to be the center of the things. I know it's difficult to, like, it seems like I'm talking on both sides of my mouth when it comes to lives, because it's all about me, but that's why I don't like to talk, like, I like to talk about topics and different subjects as opposed to just about me, or like, yeah, if that makes sense. So having longer form videos that have less of me and more into the research and stuff is very appealing to me. I mean, it would be more of a challenge for sure, but I don't want to like rely on being a girl on the internet. Like, I'd rather it be based on my merit and my work. I don't know who that is, Paul. I know you're not asking me. I don't know who that is. Yeah, Blaster, exactly. Like, I don't want to obtain any type of fame. Like, if I could somehow make a living off of this and still have no notoriety, like no one on the street would have any idea, that would be my dream. Like, I don't want that part of it at all. I have friends that are famous, and I don't want that. But I also understand that that might be a byproduct of doing something like this. Not fame, because it's YouTube, but like more of that personal awareness and branding. And I really struggle with that because I don't want it to be about me. But at the same time, it's like, that's what works. Hello. He is running through the house. This color looks so good, Monty merch. I'm telling you, HB, you're the only one that wants Monty merch. The only one that wants it, as far as I'm aware. I'm doing fantastic. How are you? Are you excited for your game tomorrow? Or 7:06? Hmm. Trey's got the football game. The, Pittsburgh? And somebody? Not Baltimore. Is it Pittsburgh that you're meeting the mascot? Panthers versus the Pittsburgh. That's it. Panthers mascot. That's it. Girl, you're good. Lucy, stop yelling. Luke, shh, quit. Everything's fine. Stop barking at people. They're just working. Leave them alone. So don't do it. Lucy. I can see her little lip curling like she wants to bark again. Little bonehead. She's such a bonehead. She really likes to yell at people. She's getting older, she can't see as well. So now, like, everything's a threat, and she just barks at everything. I know, she's crazy. Blaster, you were speaking my language. Nice generator going on. I'm with you. I don't like that you're not allowed to be open-minded without the worst amount of criticism. Yeah. I am with you. I really wonder about that. How to manage that sometimes. Because it's like the whole thing for me is that I'm a really open-minded person, and I'm a very curious person. I want to know everything. So it causes some challenges, because not only that, being named Sundown, people immediately think I've made it up and that I'm just some hippie. And like, my name is such a blessing in so many ways, but it also definitely embeds a like when people meet me and they learn my name and they learn that it's my real name, I don't want to say it's a judgment, but there's like an immediate, there has to be some sort of perception made in their head when they're like, oh, okay, that's different. Like I mean, and I respect it, I get it, but it's just kind of wild to think about. So I definitely feel like I have to be really careful because I'm opening myself up to a ton of criticism just being on the internet, and then wanting to talk about out there things like telepathy or just different forms of science. And then you add my name. Yeah, Paul, that's a great question. So, logically three-spirited, right now I've been saying it's a channel where I talk about things relating to science and spirituality and wellness while remaining open-minded yet grounded. Kind of the mission statement. I have a document that has a whole bunch of ideas and concepts that I've just been writing down for months of things that I wanted to explore for the channel. And they definitely came, yeah. Sounds like my dad. It definitely has categories to it that are like, some are more spiritually focused, some are more science focused, some are more wellness focused, and then there's like this whole subset of things that are conceptual that I don't know where to put, but I'm fascinated by, right? So for instance, I love UAPs and talking about that world, but I don't know that I don't want the channel to become a UAP channel, so I kind of stick to that conversation on the lives right now anyways. And then there's things like me wanting to talk about the Gregorian calendar, and I don't really know where that goes, right? Is that under science? I don't know. Good morning, Star Child. Hey, Flower Child, take a walk on the wild side. I love that song. Oh, amazing. Yeah, Trey, absolutely. I would love to see it. I would love it so much. You're gonna try and tell your story like a fiction. HB, that's interesting. Paul, what do you think about that? Like in terms of talking about all of it. Hello. That's our video game player. He's okay. Just sounds like that. Actually, I know Paul and I were kind of talking about that, but Andy, HB, yeah, okay, you just said video range. I was going to say, what do you guys think about that? Like, how would the Gregorian calendar fit into the kind of thing I'm building? Does that make sense? Joseph, named after your grandfather, named after Jesus' earth father. I laugh every time my name comes from the Bible. Joseph, yeah, interesting. My name is not in the Bible, as far as I'm aware. I'm gonna get more coffee. Just a second. Here's a little update. Can we talk about this color payoff? Okay. See, no streaks. Look, that looks printed. There's like a little streaking maybe in the bathtub, but like, look how clean that is. Versus this one's not bad. I did the pink with the new markers, but see the orange has like, it's like impossible to see on here, isn't it? Whatever. My point is that the old markers just aren't as good as this is a new one. Look how good that picture looks. I did this one last night. Does that not look like a kid's book? Just like already colored? Because the new markers are so good. Big difference. Like old markers, pretty, but like old markers, pretty, but like see there's like still streaking and stuff around. But then you get to the new stuff. Okay, where did that go? I just had it. Yeah, and it's like, it's so clean. Anyway, all right, what do you guys saying? Thanks, right? The pens make a huge difference. They make a huge difference. All right, let me get coffee. Just a second. It's like completely different. Hi, I'm back. I lost a napkin.
Shit.
Spill. Okay. Looks really good. Better pens. So much better pens. The plant one kind of looks like Audrey too. With who's Audrey too? Long form, I can organize my playlist of videos for my channel. I do really think that mass media is about access. Ease of access and tangibility, but also exclusive access for the sake of monetizing. I think I have over 20 different stages now, Butterfly Dad. Okay, calendar change was just because the old calendar wasn't quite right length, so the seasons were starting at the wrong time. Really, Andy? But yes, I never believed in telepathy until I met people who would travel west in the summertime. Something about the worldly people in the wild, taking in their vibes. They operate differently compared to, people concerned with the first world problems. I agree. Paul, I just say organizing like partitions so that people know where to find what they're looking for and discovering things. Yes. Okay, so on that note, all of my lives go into a playlist. And my telepathy tapes videos, because there's 11 of them, all went into a playlist. When I did the last video about decision making and action versus action, I didn't know it didn't fit either one of those. And as a standalone video, I don't know what that playlist would look like, so it's just there. But, oh, it does look like the Little Shop of Horror Plants. Right. But I'm hoping that as I go, it'll become clear and I will be able to categorize into playlists that make sense. Like this one's all science, this one's all spirituality, this one's all wellness, this one's maybe all mysteries and history. I have no idea. So I do want to categorize and get things into digestible places. I would love to eventually get into shorts and have more of those. I just only have so much capacity, and I struggle with like that balance. So Andy, this girl, again, I want to research this, but this girl that I was talking to was like, it doesn't make sense that in a world that is nature and everything is natural, that we would have to fix something in nature, like a calendar or the way that we keep time, as opposed to adopting to the natural rhythm of time. Again, I'm not saying I believe in this. This is why I want to research it. But that was her argument, was like, the moon already cycles every 28 days. Like, it already gives us a built-in timekeeper. Why do we not listen to it? Why do we veer off and make some longer and shorter and blah, blah, blah? Oh my God, this kid. I don't know. Or like when you go into the 13 months, right? 12 months, 12 zodiacs. But then when you look at the actual astrological star, like the actual star systems, I guess there are 13 in the sky, and we just ignore one. It starts with an O or something. I don't know. And then the 12 disciples versus 13 disciples, and was Mary Magdalene one of them? I know nothing about Christianity, so I cannot speak to that. But this is like what this girl was talking about, and that's why I just want to look into it more. I'm so like mind blown. My God, this kid. Yeah, but like if the other calendar that this girl was talking about was kept to, why would that change, Blaster? Like, wouldn't it still keep people like 13 months instead of 12? But that still would mean that like summer vacation just starts on this month instead of that month type thing. Like, I don't think that would change. Like, I think you could still have the anticipation. I don't know about the seasons and how that affects that, Andy. That's a really good point, and that's something for me to look into. But it's just so curious. Oh, that's nice, Trey. I'm so glad. Oh, One Direction. Hello. What is your confession? Oh my gosh, it's not even 75 minutes. We got 15 minutes, kids. I can go a lot faster with these markers, so maybe I can get this done. We need 702 or something. 702. There we go. Okay. That's fine. I don't think that needs to be a confession. That just is a thing. The moon orbits and the earth orbits coincide over 19 years. Ah, so is that why, Andy, they have to make adjustments? Because they add in that 19-year window. I'm gonna have to consult you when I start working on this to see like what holes you might find, or like different aspects that you might think of to be like, wait, look into this. Interesting, Blaster. I don't know if that's how it would work. I mean, I guess it would shift things, right? Prophet Daniel said the abomination of desolation would change the times and the date, hence the Gregorian calendar. That's okay, One Direction. I think a lot of people do. I do. I mean, yeah, I think that's cool. I don't think that's a problem, and I don't think you need to be very sure about it right now. It's just one of those things that take your time and figure it out as life goes. There's no rush. And there's definitely nothing wrong with it. Feels like the Gregorian calendar could be a hot topic. That's part of the reason why I was saying I struggle with thinking about how long to go, because I feel like this topic could get so deep. Like, there's never ending things for me to look at and consider. So like, how do you make a video like that? Sure. I definitely think as I work on it, I'll reference you guys and see what points you bring up or things that I don't know about. Like, I didn't know anything about the Hebrew calendar or any of this other stuff. So you guys would be great assets. Hey, Jimmy. Chinese food makes me sick. Wow, I haven't heard that song in forever. Now it's stuck in my head. Thank you, Blaster. Okay, have a charger. Yeah, HB, you didn't explain what you meant by saying that your discernment has been killing you lately. Jimmy, how are you? Hi, friend. back with your thunder? Is that what you mean? Steal my sunshine? Yeah. Oh, God, that's a good one, actually. Kid's gonna hurt his vocal cords if he doesn't stop screaming like that for hours on end. It sounds like he's being attacked. I hate it. I did not know that about you, One Direction. However, you're in good company. Most of us do. I do. HB does. I'm sure there's a few more. Blaster, are you a millennial? Are you Gen X? Because you're saying all my songs. Yeah, agreed. The internet is giving everyone ADHD. Ooh, wait, I don't know that one. Lovers in a Dangerous Time. You were diagnosed in 23. I think I was diagnosed in 21. So, recent also. I need just a little bit left. Hey, Kyle, daylight savings, that one's a struggle, and I think that'll have to be part of the conversation, right? I anticipate it being part of the conversation. I have never had too many feelings about it. My dad hates it. He bitches about it every time it comes around. I don't know what my feelings are, honestly. I don't think about it too much. It's just like one of those things I'm like, okay, I gotta do it. So I haven't contemplated it, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't. And I feel like it's gonna be part of that conversation. But what about everyone else? Oh, thanks, One Direction. Thanks for subbing. Of course, I'm here on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I think a floating day that is to be determined on any given week. But hopefully I see you soon. Okay. All right, we're almost done here. I need to do just a little more. I need like a shoot, I don't know what color to do. Early No Doubt kind of gal. Is that me? I did like early No Doubt, not current No Doubt. HB, I haven't decided on anything. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. That's the surprise. Does anybody have any thoughts or opinions? Ooh, excuse me. Based on my regulars here, like outside of Mondays and Wednesdays, do you guys have any thoughts? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. G150. That's what we're going to go with. Just going to do it. I want to get this piece done. Oh, nice, Paul. That is so wholesome. I hope that you enjoy that process, because it sounds lovely. All right, these greens look kind of similar, but maybe when they dry, hopefully when they dry, they'll look different. Can you guys hear that music just like low? It's kind of repetitive. I can't tell what's going on with it. Pixies meets the Cure. I can handle that. Oh no, Jimmy. I'm sorry. Decisions are making progress. Almost done, almost done, almost done. I think I'm gonna go rogue, and I'm probably gonna regret this color decision, but I'm going to add a pop of pink, because I love pink. One of the most stereotypical things about me is that I love pink, but I love all color. I really love green, but I really love pinks. And the reason I yell about these markers is that even though I'm looking for a pink, it's classified as a yellow. Make that make sense. I'm going to finish up this picture before I jump off so you guys can see it. No one answered me about their thoughts about daylight savings. Kyle, you brought it up. Are you working? Can you text and tell me your opinion? It's okay if you're busy. 503, there it is. Moby Song. From the Leo DiCaprio, from Islands, that movie? Is that what it was called? The Beach. I read that book first. That book is messed up. The movie was great. Oh wow, Paul. You sound like such a good uncle. Wait, uncle? Father. Yeah, exactly. So this color... Ready? I'm going to show you this real quick. This color, see, yellow, it's got a Y on it, yellow, is this color, this pink, these. This is the same color. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How does that match? It doesn't. Okay, so Kyle's not a fan of daylight savings. I really don't have an opinion, but I feel like I should. Like, this color is not yellow. What do you mean? It's because it's a pinky orange, so they're bringing it into the yellow category, whereas I think reds are classified more in the purple. Like, cool toned. Okay, I'm not, like, horribly mad at the little pop of orange. I also realized part of the reason I was hating my color choices was because I was going all over the board as opposed to using colors in multiple places throughout the piece, and that made a big difference for me. Sugar Ray with a side of Hanson. Now, while I appreciate the words you were saying, I was not a boy band girl. Not even Hanson. Crazy enough. Alright. One more color decision. What color is this bottle? It's gonna be blue. Alright, so the only thing I'm not doing right now is the shading. Yeah, Kyle, honestly, that's probably a huge part of it. Since I work from home, the only thing it really affects is, like, the dog. And, like, our dog timing. Otherwise, you're right. It doesn't affect me as much. I'm very grateful for that. That's probably why I don't have such a strong opinion about it. Guys, I'm so obsessed with these markers. I just want to sit here and color all day. People don't color or don't buy coloring pages. Otherwise, I would do this forever. All right. I think she's done. A little bit of shadows. I lied. I can't help it. gosh, this is so cute. The highlighting makes a big difference. Okay, I'm gonna get done. I'm gonna get done. Dear Diaries, 1993, just finished Donkey Kong Country 3 and it doesn't even get any better. However, see you whenever. Oh, hi, Brad. I'm about to get offline. I was just getting distracted by my coloring. I'm gonna show it to you guys. No one answered on what day was gonna be better for the next one. So it's gonna be a surprise. Maybe tomorrow, maybe anytime between now and Sunday. The boy next to you is stuck in the same game. Interesting. Thank you guys. I'll show you my little picture. See little pops of yellow / pink. I can't get over the color payoff. I keep coloring even when I'm not on here, so this book's gonna be done in a second. And then, oh, I added the shadows to the bath. Can you see them? Like right in here, these little shadow bits. So we're learning, I'm getting better. All right, friends. I'll see you guys soon. I don't know when. Definitely by Monday, but before then I'll hop back on, okay? Everybody have a great day. Thanks for talking. I'll see you later. Like and sub if you haven't already.